And as we were talking, you can see Nicola Sturgeon there, the leader of the SNP in Scotland, at her count. And we're going to go to Twickenham now and join Vince Cable, who took this seat. Vince Cable, good evening. Congratulations on your victory. You were saying it was going to be a tough fight, and you seem to have pulled it off. What do you make of the position of the Liberal Democrats now and their role in the new Parliament?
Well, within the last few minutes, we've heard that we've held Carshalton, won Kingston. I believe Richmond is hanging by a thread. We're down to, I think, 3 figures. So we're doing well in London. We're doing extremely well in Scotland. Norman Lamb's held on in very difficult circumstances. Tim Farron. So we're going to get back at a significant increase in our parliamentary party, though we're still mid-teens. I mean, we've made very clear in terms of the big picture that we're not going into coalition or pacts with other parties, but obviously we want to be constructive, be an opposition party that gives constructive criticism. I mean, clearly the whole Brexit approach is going to have to be rethought, and we'll obviously contribute to that while respecting the basic decision. And, you know, indeed other things, you know, personal care, which became a big issue. I think what is now becoming very clear is that parties are going to have to work together rather than shout at each other in this very different kind of political landscape.
How would you think Brexit can be rethought? I mean, the mantra has been Brexit means Brexit, and that means you can't be in the single market, you can't be in the customs union, you've got to have control over immigration. You're saying all that can be turned on its head?
Well, the phrase Brexit means Brexit was always a nonsense. It's perfectly possible to pursue a form of Brexit that keeps the single market, or certainly the overwhelming elements of it, which certainly keeps the customs union, keeps a lot of the collaborative arrangements that have been very good for the UK. You know, that's the kind of approach we're going to have to rethink, that the hard UKIP-style Brexit that Theresa May had adopted is simply no longer a viable option.
But are you saying it's not going to be politically possible for her to pursue that if she doesn't have a majority in the House of Commons?
Well, I mean, we don't know the arithmetic, we don't know the detail, but to take an obvious point, the government were proposing to introduce a great repeal bill that would have got rid of a whole lot of regulatory aspects of the European Union around the single market. I doubt very much in the current House of Commons that's been elected tonight that that's going to be feasible. They're going to have to compromise. They're going to have to find a way of accommodating many of the concerns of the 48% who voted to remain.
We're just watching a picture of the Prime Minister returning to London, I think, from Maidenhead. One last thing, Vince Cable, what is your reaction to Nick Clegg's defeat in Sheffield?
Well, I'm very sad for him, and I went through a defeat 2 years ago. It's painful, but he will be looked upon by historians as a really major figure. I think with hindsight, the period of coalition government was a period of stability and competent, successful government. He was one of the main architects of that and deserves a lot of credit for it. He'll be a big loss to us and to Parliament because of his expertise and understanding of European issues. So I think it is a big loss.
Vince Cable, thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you.